Quaker is an official...
Hello folks, and welcome in to another stream here on the channel. Now this one is not going to be a very long one, but today we are jumping back into LEGO Fortnite Odyssey Ninjago, and we are going to complete all the stuff from the Ice Sanctum. So the previous one we just did a video where we sort of got used to Ninjago in Odyssey. I realised that unfortunately it is a lot. So it's quite hard to edit into a video format, so therefore I'm going to do a live stream, and then obviously the VOD will then be on YouTube for you guys to watch at any point. So if you're watching this back afterwards, that's my intent, is that in theory we should be able to cut this down to sort of like a 45-minute, maybe an hour-long stream. But you guys can then watch it whenever you want, and when you guys watch it, hopefully we can be of some use to you and such like that. So what we did in the first one was we completed all of the basics over at the Spinjitzu Monastery. We got some cool weapons, we got some cool abilities, and we then made our way all the way up to the north to the Ice Sanctum. Now here we have some tasks and such that we need to complete, so I guess we can slowly start working through those. Problem is, we need to be able to get the resources we actually need, and I can't find the resources we actually need. I don't think we yet have them, which is slightly annoying, but not overtly. I'm sure we'll manage. Right. I believe we needed one honed bamboo. We need an elemental shell. I have no idea where we're going to get ourselves one of those. And we need some ice energy. Now thankfully the ice energy one might be relatively simple to do, as we have got a portal here that is spawning those ice minifigs. Although that being said, I'm pretty sure I've just gotten lightning. So that's slightly annoying, because that's not what we need. Oh, we seem to actually be getting a mixture of both, I'm pretty sure. Right. Managed to easily close the portal. And I have managed to get what I need. Mostly we just need the elemental shell, which I'm pretty sure we ought to be able to get here. Right, I'm pretty sure we've got everything we need. Not quite, we don't have enough ice energy. Where can I get that ice energy from? That's the annoying question. I've got to be able to get it from somewhere, right? Right, how do I use that? I'm not actually too sure. We've got to go and find Ice Ninja somewhere. I actually have no idea who that was. I've seen them on my friends list multiple times recently and I've kind of forgotten who they are. I'm also not remembering how to actually do spin jitsu. Oh, I remember how to do it now. It's holding down Y. Right. All I've got to do is find some Ice Ninja to defeat. That really shouldn't be that difficult, but here we are. It currently seems to be that difficult. Although there are ice wolves down here, which you never know, they might drop the ice energy that we need. We can hope. Brilliant. That one wolf did seem to drop some. So I guess now we can finally go back and make the novice Ice Ninja scroll. Oh, that was a lot more complicated than it probably needed to be, but, you know. Right, we have ourselves access to Ice Spinjitzu, and we now need to craft some shuriken. I should be able to do that, but the problem is I don't know if I can make enough of the rare tier, because I'd rather go for rare tier if possible, but yeah, it's gonna have to be just the green, unfortunately, which is honestly quite sad. But in a way, such is life. Also, if there are people in the chat, I do apologise. I currently don't have chat open. I'll pull it up now. Just to double check. I don't want to be leaving you guys in silence. Ah, brilliant. Nothing. We haven't missed anything. That's always good. Right, we do have shuriken now, so that's always useful. What else do we have to do? Right. He wants us to clear chaos challenges. I don't think I've ever really seen chaos challenges. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, they're those things. They're sort of flowery things. We'll try and find them, I guess. Okay, shuriken are actually really good. And I'm pretty sure you get the shuriken from the Ice Mastery tree, if I'm not mistaken for something else. So, yeah, this is definitely one of the many reasons why you do want to work your way through all of them. Because there is special stuff available on all of them. Oh wow. Okay, the ice spin jutsu is really cool. If you deal enough ice damage, it freezes them. We really need to get this portal closed. And once we close that portal, we can then kill the final 2 remaining wolves. And then go find ourselves another one, I guess. Alright, let's go find ourselves another portal, because that's what the challenge actually is. It is literally just the portals. There's not any specific ones. Though that being said, might be nice to do a little bit of exploration of the area as well. Though we do need to be very careful of the giant brute. So we'll sneak around him. Hopefully. This is a ridiculous amount of enemies. And not a single portal. It's almost eerie over here. There also appears to be another monastery or something off in the distance, off in the sort of water over there. Not entirely sure what that is. If anything, I would probably argue that I'm mildly nervous to find out what it is. But at the same time, I probably should go and find out what that is. Because it's very big and very noticeable. I also really like that added touch that Ice Ninja get to run on water. I mean, it makes sense, but... Oh, and ice deal extra damage to fire. So they did add that. That's quite cool, actually. So what is this island? I have no idea what I am doing over here. I'm just sort of exploring. I'm having a little bit of fun right now. I also seem to be gathering a large amount of essence. Ah, this is a chaos challenge. You know what? I honestly don't think these are too difficult to do. You have just got to be cautious of being overwhelmed by enemies, so try and pick them off a little bit. But that being said, we are getting there. There is a special enemy somewhere that we need to kill, and I don't know where. All I know is that there is a bear. I think he's down on the beach. Right, how to defeat a fiery bear? I honestly have no idea. I also need to be very, very careful now. He has dealt an awful amount of damage to me. Got him. Good lord, he was difficult to kill. But the question is that has that actually completed this little thing? Because it's not counted for the quest. So I think this was a chaos challenge of a different type, which is annoying. Because that does now mean we still need to go and find one of those chaos portals, but I mean, fingers crossed, it shouldn't be too hard to find one. Let's deal with those guys and then head back over to Zane's Ice Sanctum. And as I suspected, we return to a chaos portal. So let's get this one closed as quickly as we possibly can. Hopefully it doesn't spawn too many enemies, but right now it does seem to be being a bit mean. Right, let's get this portal closed as quickly as we can. Then kill the final enemies. Oh, that's actually given us a new quest of hit enemies with shook. I'll happily do that, Zane. Right. And now that we've done that, we can go. And get things done. I'm going to drop some of those useless items, or more useless items I should say. And then we head back over to the Ice Sanctum to talk to Zane. If we can find him. Zane, where are you? Where actually is Zane? I swear that Nindroid just disappears sometimes. Oh. What were you doing there? He was literally sat on the bench. Okay. That's cool. Betray a master. Okay. I feel like that shouldn't be too hard. So we have to craft a cryokinesis relic. But to do that you have to get it from Mastery. Have I done that yet? I haven't yet, but I can afford it. Thankfully. So now we're going to go and get some more ice energy. How do I just have no ice energy? I have every other energy but the one that I actually want. And then I'm going to need blue tier stuff. Should have seen that one coming. Right. That's going to be slightly annoying. But it's like an achievable level of annoying. So I don't know. For now, I'm just going to focus on finding ice enemies. Which, as it so happens, there seems to be a couple out here already. Right. I honestly don't know where to find ice enemies. You would think round here, but evidently that doesn't seem to have been getting me very far. Although, that being said, I've not really checked out here on the ice. Interesting. I don't even know if there are any enemy spawns out here. I somewhat doubt it. But you never know, really, do you? I don't know where to go from here. See, that works. This is Fortnite after all, if in doubt, build. Although that being said, it genuinely doesn't seem like there's actually anything around here. Though that being said, there does appear to be some Ninjago related building over here. Although that being said, it's not seemingly one that I can actually do, because it requires me to deal fire damage, and I don't have access to any form of fire damage yet. So I feel like this is the point where we abandon that ship and go God knows where. This is honestly quite infuriating. Because, like, I don't know what the strategy should be here. Is there somewhere specific I should go? I feel like probably not, but at the same time, where do I get ice enemies to spawn? This is where it would be useful to have someone live in chat. Although that being said, there does appear to be an ice enemy over here. Right. That is at least one bit more. And then this base up here. Yeah, of course it's ice. Not ice, it's lightning. Why wouldn't it be? I feel like they're all just going to be ones that I can't yet do. Which really doesn't help me. Although, now that we're up high, I can see something that might be useful, but also might be quite the tough battle. Oh no, this is not good. Okay. Right, we need to go at that with a slightly different strategy, it would seem. What that strategy is, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. And by the way, I mean you guys will also help me figure it out. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Right. Realistically, I don't need half of that. So what we'll do is we'll put stuff that we don't need away in that chest. And go up into the monastery, see if there's anything remotely useful up here. Though I must say, I have my doubts. Oh, there is a random scroll. Oh, it's a manuscript page. Interesting. I guess what we'll do once we're finished here is slowly make our way back to Zane via the ice spawn point that we'd already seen. Because we know there is one. We've seen it. we went past it in the last video. So what we can do is we can cut over that way. So I've put the marker on for it, and we'll try and glide our way at least halfway to it. I mean, I'm not saying we'll get all the way there, but in theory we should be able to get quite close. That being said, there does appear to be a couple of other enemies here that are definitely ones we need to be wary of. I have no idea why this thing has its own special name. I'm assuming it's some slightly more powerful enemy. Right. This is going to be annoying. All of these enemies here, they have their own names. So I can only assume that these guys are some pretty powerful beings. What really doesn't help is I can also hear a dragon not too far away, which obviously is the last thing we want to be fighting, and we're going to be killed. This is not good. How on earth do I go about this then? This is going to be a problem. One that might be mildly difficult to actually face. I'm also starting to realise I probably should have claimed a bed over in Zane's thing. ideally, I don't want to fight the bear. But I think it's impossible to do this without also fighting the bear. Which is annoying. Yeah, I definitely need to fight the bear, but how I actually do that, I have no idea. Oh my god. Well, I somehow locked myself into build mode and completely screwed up. This is annoying. On another level of annoying. What annoys me more about this is the fact that I probably can do it, but I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to try and ignore that and get our way back over to the Ice Sanctum and just focus fire on completing Zane's challenges without doing that little ice sphere thing. Problem is, it's a long journey either way. So I guess I'd really just want to ignore that and ignore the dragon. The dragon definitely cannot be beaten. I cannot possibly be able to do that this time. This might be interesting, though. Oh, no, never mind, no. Screw that. I'm not dealing with that. Not in a million years. All I need to do is make my way back to the Ice Sanctum and kill a few ice enemies. That really shouldn't be this hard. But I think because I'm relatively early days, I am relatively weak. I'm also an easy target. Oh god. Oh no. There's got to be an easy way to get there. You would think. But thinking and doing are two very different things. And right now, I'm struggling to do either. There is an odd challenge here that involves enemies of various different types. The problem is they don't seem to be dropping any of the energy. I honestly have no idea how you do this challenge. So I guess we'll just move on, skip that for now. I am confused by this thing, but I'm sure we'll find the third. Ah, there's the third one. That's a cool little challenge for some extra loot. And a speed boost actually, which is really nice. Seeing as currently how far we're trying to go. This really is painstakingly tough. But the useful information is we are getting relatively closer to where we need to go. Although that geyser was possibly a bad idea. Launch me backwards. Right. We killed the roller. I don't even know if I don't even think it gave me any ice energy either. Honestly, at this point, I just need to get away from these bears. There's these constant bears, and I can't really tackle them. I just don't have the capability to yet. I don't actually know where I'm supposed to go to get my ice energy. Because at this precise moment, it's very elusive. at least that one roller dropped some. And there's 2 walls over here, so they might also drop some. They might not, but it's worth a try, isn't it? And they just happen to be guarding lightning energy because, of course, they were. We're slowly but surely getting there. I honestly think at this point my priority should just be to get to the Ice Sanctum and have a bed there. Because if I have a bed there, I can respawn there if I die, which saves me all the hassle we've just had. Though that being said, I still need to find more ice energy, so I'm not entirely sure how to go about doing that. I also probably should make some more nunchucks before my current ones break. In fact, can I make any more powerful stuff? I can, but I have too many random things that I need to drop. I honestly have a lot of random stuff that I have just picked up I don't really want. But alright. Hopefully what I can now do is make a slightly better pair of nunchucks for when these ones break. Or apparently not. I still need to make another set of bamboo. God, you need a lot of resources these days. Confused me for a moment, I must admit. Alright. There really is nothing I can do until I go and get 3 more ice energy. Oh, bed. We need to sort a bed. That's an important thing, that's one of the reasons why we came back here, was to sort of bed. Thank you, Zane. Let's go get some ice energy. With that being said, certainly, I don't actually know where it is best to get the Ice Energy, because some enemies drop it, some enemies don't, and then some that I think are meant to don't. So I feel like it's kind of a random drop, which is not helpful for me. Right, let's go find ourselves some ice enemies, I guess. And now's the fun part where I'm only going to find fire. Which, don't get me wrong, is not dreadful because we are strong against fire after all, but we need ice enemies. Oh, hang on, folks. Hello folks, I do apologise for that. I received a phone call about a family member. But we have just discovered this weird creature that I've never ever seen before. I have no idea what the hell it actually is. I feel like it's some form of storm creature. But I've done a lot of the storm stuff in this game mode and I have never ever seen this thing before. But that being said, does appear to be going down relatively easy. Ah. So it is a Ninjago enemy. That's where I get epic stuff from. Okay. I've also got to say, having a rare weapon instead of an uncommon weapon, game changing. Seems to deal so much more damage. The issue is we're still not finding ice enemies. And I'm running out of ideas of where to actually go to find some. There has surely got to be some ice in these. I'm literally seeing almost exclusively earth and fire. Honestly, kind of at a loss as to where I should go now, because I'm sort of just going round and round in circles. Not really making any progress. I also don't want this stream running on too long as it is late. So what I might end up having to do is splitting the Ice Sanctum into 2 streams. But I really don't want to do that. But unless I can find ice energy or ice enemies, I don't entirely know what I'm meant to do. I thought maybe repositioning would help, but again it's still Earth. The game is obsessed with giving me Earth and nothing else. It's almost annoying. Well, we found our first golem. Not golem, brute. And he's just not going to be defeated, is he? There's no way in the whole of Ninjago that I survived this, fine. And if I do, dare I be as bold as to say, it's going to cost me my entire shuriken. Realistically, the best way that I can is with my nunchuck, or nunchuck, I should say. In fact, he can be frozen, which could allow me to get some good damage off. Problem is I now need to be very, very cautious about not getting killed in the process. But that being said, we're making good work. My problem is I don't think he's going to drop any special loot. At least not the kind of Right, let's deal with this little scuttly boy first, because he's going to be annoying if I don't get rid of him. Then I've got to find out how to do this. We'll read that Ninjago tome, that's probably not really going to give me anything special, but... So that whole brute fight just wasn't even worth it in the end. We didn't get anything that we actually need. Just in the process almost lost my shuriken. This is one of the most infuriating things I've ever done in LEGO. Because how am I meant to get something if the enemies don't spawn? Back to a point of fire enemies. No ice. Come over here and they're all lightning. Where can I find what I need? It has to exist somewhere. See, this is where if it was a video, I would just pause the video for a good, like, 40 minutes. Because you guys don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I'm not doing it. I'll just struck gold. Or at least some gold. We have found a couple of ice enemies at least. We are so close now. We only need one more. Interesting. I found the enemy I needed to kill. I couldn't kill him. This is really irritating. Like, really irritating. I found the enemy I needed to kill. Sorry, I was just testing that the audio works perfectly. Alright. We only need one more. I do love just blasting into these balls, ripping them all apart. It is satisfying. Ooh. Right. We have an enemy nearby. One that just so happens to be what we need. But it's a bear. That's where my problem now lies. We can try and kill the bear, I guess. First, let's clear out the massive horde of regular people. If we manage to kill the frost brute, I'm sure we can kill the bear. Although that being said, the bear can't be frozen, whereas the frost brute could. I could cry. The fact that after all of that bear didn't even drop what we needed is so sad. Although there is a little ice creature coming our way, who's also not going to drop one. We can definitely get what we need. we can finally make what we need to make. Let's get out of here and go. I can't believe we're finally getting to do this. Will be once I make what I need. You know what, we'll do Koza stone instead of bamboo this time. Finally. That took so long to do. So the really annoying ones are what I've got to kill. Great! So we're going to go and do special enemies. But how do I equip the cryokinesis relic on something? That I don't know. I also feel like I should build a chest here. That I can then just put some of this useful stuff in. That I will only really need here. Just gets rid of some stuff on my inventory. Alright, that should be enough. Right. I'm going to look up how to actually do this relic. It's apparently at the ninja workbench. It has to be done when you build it. Okay. I'm gonna have to build a green one. Because I do need some new thingies anyway. Sure it can. Oh god. I'm now being bombarded with stuff to do. Right, let's finish off using my regular shuriken to close this portal. And then we can potentially I'm using the cryo. With that being said, the enemies that I need to kill for this portal are currently floating out in the sea. This is the most scuffed way I've ever done it, but so the cryo shuriken literally just have the same effect as Ice Sanctum, and seem to deal extra damage as well, which is really handy actually. God knows where I'm going to find him now. With that being said, there are a few lightning spawn points nearby that we might have them because they're special locations. So we might be wise to try over there. I'm hoping that I can get one at the lightning place, because I know that they spawned at the ice one, because I saw them earlier. as I don't really have any fire stuff yet. It feels like that would be somewhat foolhardy to try and attempt. So it is those ones. So it's the slightly more powerful ninja enemies that seem to be able to do spinjitzu. Don't know how many I need to kill. If I can get away with killing just the one, that would be ideal. I can get away with just killing one. Brilliant. What we can now do is head then back to the Ice Sanctum. Don't know, but I get the feeling that we've probably nearly done his full quest line now. I'm hoping. Saying hello. I believe you wish to talk to me. Ah, perfect. So just like that, we have completed our stuff here and have to slowly make our way back to the main monastery, where we can then continue our stuff. But that is a problem for another stream. I would do it now, but I feel like it's going to be the start of another quest line, so I feel like it's probably more sense to do that until the next video. But with all of that in mind, guys, thanks for tuning in to the stream, those of you that did, and those of you who are then watching the VOD afterwards. Well, thanks for reaching this point. I mean, don't know how you put up with it, but I will see you all, folks, very soon for our next stream. Ciao!